Welcome back to my channel and to the new video. Today is a different kind of a video, and in today's video I'm going to talk about different type of visas that Sweden has if you're planning to come to Sweden. So without wasting any time, let's get the video started and move to the type of visas in Sweden. First visa which I'm talking about is the Swedish tourism visa, and as the name it says itself, is a tourist visa. You can come here to see Sweden, all around Sweden, and it is granted for a period of 90 days. To be eligible to get a Swedish tourism visa, you should have a valid passport. For the period of visa you're applying for, you should be able to show health insurance. You should be able to show enough money in your bank account so you can survive here for the number of days you're applying for. And on top of that, you should present your flight tickets and your hotel reservation. And in specific, if you apply for a Swedish tourism visa, you are granted a Schengen visa. That means that you can visit all around the Schengen countries, for example Poland, Germany, etc. One of the very common question that I get is if you can convert your Swedish tourism visa into a work visa, and a simple big answer is no, you cannot. If you come to Sweden for tourism purposes, and if you apply for jobs or are found applying for jobs and giving interviews, it might lead to certain consequences, which can also lead to getting banned in entering Sweden in the future. The second type of visa which I'm going to talk about is the Sweden student visa, which is a very common type of visa nowadays, wherein students from all around the world come here in Sweden and for studies. So if you're an international student outside of EU, you have to apply for a Swedish student visa, and the requirements of getting a student visa are that you should have an acceptance letter from a Swedish university, a valid passport, of course. You should be able to show money. For example, if you are applying for a visa for 1 year, you should be able to show enough money. I think right now it is 9,500 SEK per month. For 12 months you need to show money equivalent to 12 months, so that in that case it would be 9,500 into 12. If you're applying it for 2 years, you should be able to show it for 2 years. In that case it would be 9,500 into 24 months. In most of the cases, the health insurance is provided by the university if you're a fee paying student, so that is covered already. Student visa might be granted depending on your studies. If your studies are for 1 year, you will be granted it for 1 year. If the studies are for 2 years, you might be granted for 2 years. This is a very common type of visa, and yes, one question which I get regarding student visa is getting converted into work visa. So yes, if you come as a student in Sweden and in that period you find work, or if you find a job, you can convert your student visa into a work visa. So yes, that is possible. And for example, if you're not able to get a job after completing your studies, you can apply for a job search visa, which is granted for a period of 1 year. Third type of visa which I'm gonna talk about is the Sweden work visa, which is also another common form of visa nowadays. And as the name suggests, it is if you find a job in Sweden, you can be granted a work visa. There can be two forms of it. Either you apply for a job outside of EU and you get a job, and then you can apply for work visa in your home country. And the second is getting your student visa converted into a work visa, which I did recently. As a student, you convert your student visa when you find a job into a work visa, and until you are waiting for a decision, you can start working. That is not a problem. But recently the government is changing a lot of laws, and now they have implemented a minimum salary requirement on a work visa. Before it was 13,000 SEK per month, but from 1st of November it will be 27,500 SEK per month in order to get a work visa. And to be eligible for work visa, of course, you should have a valid passport. You should have a health insurance, in which in most of the cases it is provided by the company you're working for. Visa is granted for a period of maximum 2 years, and after 2 years, if you're continuing, you have to get your work visa renewed. The list is a Sweden family visa. It is issued for the people who have their partners in Sweden and they want to join them. For example, if you are living in Sweden on a work visa, or for example, even if you have a Swedish citizenship and your partner is somewhere else around the world, which is outside of EU, you can apply for a family visa so that you can live with your partner and your partner can move to Sweden on a family visa. Next up is in the list is Sweden work and holiday visa. So this kind of visa is granted to the people who are between the age of 18 to 30 who can come to Sweden to explore Sweden and at the same time work in Sweden. And this visa is only granted for up to a year. After a year, you cannot apply for any extension and you would have to leave the country. Last in the list is Sweden investment visa, and the name says it is given to the people who are planning to come to Sweden in order to invest in the country. It can be either for business or buying some property, and the minimum investment cost that you need to have is 100,000 euros. There is no limit on the maximum. Was a comprehensive list of visas that I wanted to show you, and now I'm going to tell you about myself. I came to Sweden in 2019 on a tourism visa to see the country. I like traveling. Then in 2021 I came here on a student visa. I studied in KTH. Recently in August 2023 I completed my studies and found a job, and now I'm working for a company and currently I am on a work visa. That said, if you have any other questions, please leave down on the comments below and I will try to make a video or answer those questions as much as possible. If you have got a little information from this video, please hit the subscribe and the like button so I get a little motivation to keep making these videos. With that said, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.